So,
good.
hello, I'm back after my little thing with Laurie yesterday of doing little bikes, and now we're going to do big bikes. I've had to put my tripod right the way up in the air so we can get Neil in.
Yeah.
But I'm going to shut up and pass it over to you.
Okay, that's fine. Going to just guide you around what I've done to my bikes to make them bigger on the grounds that I'm the opposite of Elsie, and basically the long short is that I'm the long and she's the short. So this is my SRX, which I've recently acquired, and what I've done to make it suitable for me is I have put a seat on top of a skateboard in an attempt to make it slightly taller.
I love that.
And the seat I got from eBay, and I think it was a BMW item, and the shock absorbers I've swapped out for some. I think they're probably about 1.5 inches longer than standard. And when I got the bike, it had rear sets on, which are a complete no-no for me, although they're probably good for long legs, not so good for my 60 whatever year I am age legs. So I put these pegs on, and I've actually, because I've got such large feet, I've extended the distance between the peg and the control, because otherwise basically when I put my foot on there with a normal length control, I'm only halfway down my foot. So that's that, and the same on the other side. It's lengthened on this side as well. And the thing that probably Elsie or Laurie probably didn't mention in the shortening thing, she probably forgot to mention that when you shorten a bike, you have to shorten the side stand, because otherwise, when the bike gets lower, it falls off the stand all the time because the stand is too long. So all of the side stands have been shortened, and in this one's case, the side stand has been lengthened by, well, I've probably lengthened it by a couple of inches. That's actually about the 4th side stand I've had on there. That's a modified Can-Am, might be a Can-Am one, I believe. And the other thing I've done with this bike is I put higher handlebars on, which basically, as I say, just an attempt to make the whole thing a little bit bigger for my large frame.
That was worth the wait.
And then you can see ahead of that, I have my BMW, as they officially call them. This one's a K1200R. People look at it and scratch their heads and say, what is it? Because one of the reasons it looks a bit like Mad Max's bike is because I took the bodywork off it to change the filter and like the look of it without the bodywork, so I've left the bodywork off. It normally has a little fly screen and plastic all around the tank, but I don't like the look of that. So anyway, what I've done to make this larger, because this is my wont, is I've put one seat on top of another one, which a lot of people don't notice until I point it out. But there's the original seat, and this is I think a Corbin comfort seat, which I've mounted atop the first one, and it also means that the riding position is less extreme. And then on the handlebars, the original handlebars were probably at this level, so what I've done is I've drilled through the top yoke and put these on, and then put these higher bars on. You can actually get a kit to do this, but the kits are like £300 or £230. So this is, again, I go on eBay, I find things that are going to do the job, and I think this setup cost me about £45. The other thing that I've changed is I put some lowering foot pegs on, and there again the idea is to just basically, because I've got such long legs, to try and get my legs as straight as I can. And because the peg is stepped out, then the brake the brake has got a pad on it as well in order to give me something to lean on. Otherwise, when I go to put the brake on that side, if that pad wasn't there, then I'd miss it. I have missed it. I extended the gear change equally on this side with a bit of a push bike handlebar again, just to make it so when I go to change gear, I can actually change gear without missing it, because otherwise I was missing it all the time. I think that's all I've done to this particular one. I'm not a fan of fairings. It did have a fairing on, but I took it off. The front end doesn't have forks. The idea of it is to separate braking forces from steering forces, and so if you put your camera down there, you'll see that the shock absorber is actually a conventional coil spring down there. Yes, you can see it there. And the steering is operated through a system of triangles and pulleys and things. So this turns this, and this all articulates. A conventional motorbike that has forks, when you go to brake, the front end compressors, which basically makes the steering it's a steeper angle, and the idea of this is to make the fork not change as you're cornering and braking. The idea is to separate the braking and the steering from each other.
Wow. So when I'm riding pillion, I won't be headbutting you as much.
That is exactly the case. It is indefinitely the case that it doesn't buck around as much as a conventional bike. But also the other thing is, it does mean quite a lot of people who ride them complain that you are separated from the feel of the tyre on the road.
Oh my goodness.
You need to put your feet on the pegs.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't reach the floor at all. Not even on the tiptoes. Now this is one that I definitely would not feel safe on.
No.
I like Diddy. I want a Diddy. So I do feel a lot higher up on this one, but I do feel a lot safer than that one. I think because it's narrower, and actually I like the girth. It's just a bit too high.
Well, this one's 50 horsepower, whereas the BMW's 161 horsepower.
Wow.
Oh, should we go and look at the orange one?
Okay. What is it, Neil?
Well, it's a bike stand made out of a shopping trolley. I think the wheels are off a scooter, like a kiddie scooter. Yeah. And then if you look closely, there would have been, if you look at it this way up, it's the bottom of a shopping trolley.
Yeah.
The casters would be on there and on here. But the other way up, and with a notch, it becomes a paddock stand.
Brilliant.
Okay.
So you know, he found the shopping trolley in a river. He didn't go to Tesco's, pay his pound and nick the trolley.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so we don't call Orange Neil for nothing, do we?
No. Orange Tango Man. It's called Orange Tango Man on account of I have an orange motorbike, which is, you may have seen on some of Karina's other videos. Yes. In one of them she says, "There goes Orange Neil."
I do indeed.
But this is my VFR 1000, which again I've modified to make it larger for my large frame. So what I've done is, I've bought it pretty much done. What I've changed is I've put extra padding on the seat. I've actually got the original seat that came off the BMW is underneath the orange leather there, but it was pretty uncomfortable, so I put this cushion on, which makes it bearable. The bars were originally about 4.5 inches lower than this, but what I've put these custom, the design for a custom motorcycle. They were very cheap, 20 odd quid, but it's raised the bars sufficiently that I can ride it without getting too much of the backache. And then if you look down at the foot pegs have got rear sets, subtly a rear set, but they've also got these extra plates which are designed to make the foot pegs adjustable up and down. So I've got those set on the very lowest setting. I don't think I've done anything else to this one apart from enjoyed riding it. I've changed the fairing, but that was just because the lights, unfortunately, the lights were more about the look of them rather than the function, whereas these ones I can actually see in the dark, which is quite useful.
Yeah, it does help.
Yeah. I don't mind.
That's sort of garden,
garden.
I like.
Yeah, that's what gardens are supposed to look like, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, what
All
lovely,
those plants and flowers.
lovely flowers. Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
What
All right.
was your favourite out of the three that you've just shown me? If I had to say choose one.
It's not difficult. The orange one. Yeah.
Okay.
You can. I mean, just look at it. It looks fast standing still.
I like that. It does.
While this is playing, then please remember to hit that subscribe button. If you like this vlog, then give it a thumbs up and share it with your mates. Thank you.